This is so much better than 20s.
Thank you. Right.
I have money now. I'm like not that stupid. Still a little bit, but like a little more experience. I'm better looking.
Guys, I'm fucking 32 and I'm thriving. And I want you to know when you get to this age, you're going to be killing it and you're finally going to be confident. You're not going to give a fuck what anyone says. Your 20s are nothing compared to what you're going to be when you're 30s.
This is so much better.
Hi guys, I'm violetbenson. Welcome to another episode of Too Tired to Be Crazy on every Thursday with me, your host. Welcome, baddies. Today, my special guest is Weezy. I can definitely pronounce that name.
I cannot believe you were almost not about to pronounce it right.
I was scared to not pronounce that. I don't want to be rude. Okay, so you guys know Weezy. First of all, I don't know if many of you know this, but she was once a corporate woman just like me. And she turned into a podcaster and now a superstar. Weezy is one half of successful podcast, Whoreible Decisions. That's with a W for Whoreible Decisions. And she's also the host of her newly debuted TV show, Sex Sells, on Fuse. So you guys definitely check it out. And her podcast will talk and promote it all later. And she is also a self-proclaimed sex educator and just an overall badass. Did I miss anything?
No, thank you. It's so funny. My friends, in my intro for Sex Sells, I said that I was like, I'm an investor, I'm a sex educator today, an overall bad bitch. They're like, an overall bad bitch? It still sounds kind of stupid.
No, you're an overall bad, like every bad bitch also has that little percentage that she's a sad bitch.
Just overall.
I'm a sad bitch, but overall I'm a bad bitch, but I have those days I'm a sad bitch.
It's the Pisces in me.
Yeah, that's so crazy that you're a Pisces because when I was watching clips of you with Sophia and clips of you and your co-host, you guys just go in and you're so aggressive and like I didn't know what energy I would get from you. So then when you were like, I'm a Pisces, I was like, what?
See, people bring different things out of you. Like my co-host and I were so alpha and we've been working together for years. And like we get very testy with each other. We're known for that, right? So it's like sometimes I'm like with her and softer with others, which isn't a nice thing to say, but we just debate in that way. Like I think people think that we hate each other, but really we're just really good at fucking getting under each other's skin and getting reactions. And that's what our show's been.
Yeah, but I guess you just like, I think your personality probably meshes well because you can like, you know when to tone it down and you know when to be more aggressive and so on. But
sorry.
No, you go on.
I was going to say, I think the best situation for anybody that's doing work like that is understanding how to be A and B mic. You know what I mean? Like, are you going to be the person dominating the conversation today or adding to it? And you do fluctuate a lot of times. I think the issue with some other podcasters is sometimes like they're a little too much, but sometimes I have to learn when to chill the fuck out because this is hers and same way.
This guy that I was trying to fuck, which by the way, like all my listeners, this point they know, it's like I went so long without having sex.
How long?
A year.
Why?
And because like I've talked about my podcast. Obviously, you're going to disagree on me this, but like I told girls like you can there's the guys you can just fuck, and then there's the guys if you want to date them, don't fuck them yet until you have an emotional connection. If you want something serious, and but we said that, so I've done the same thing. So I've gone on dates, but like none of these guys I didn't see myself wanting to like date them or whatever. So then I wasn't fucking them, which sucks. And I'm so sexual. So now finally I'm on a roll of like, all right, let's just fucking fuck someone. And then every time I'm like, okay, I'm going to fuck this person. Then it just like doesn't work out. And I'm just like, what is happening?
Do you have sex with women?
I feel like I've never taken it like that far with a woman.
I feel like when I'm in a mood where men are terrible and I can't be with them anymore, I'm just like, I'll just go back to girls.
Well, I just found out about being a pillow princess. Like, I didn't know there was a thing.
Are you one?
Apparently. Now I'm finding out that I must be. Because I'd rather do that, yeah.
Oh, no.
No?
Are you really?
That just means you take it.
I know.
I love that.
You don't fuck them back a little?
I just never got
You could take it and be a giver.
Yeah. I don't know how to go down a girl. And I feel like the reason I never took it further, because I'm just like, why would I want to disappoint this person?
You meant with men.
Oh, no. I suck dick when I like someone. I'm talking about with women. A pillow princess is like, that's how I would then go with a woman.
Got it. The pillow princess term, I thought you meant with men too.
No.
With girls, it's interesting. Like, I used to want to fuck a lot of straight girls because it was like exciting for me that I was there first. And now I'm just like, I don't really have time. Do you eat pussy or no? Like, sorry. I like to scissor though. That's my shit.
Okay. I feel like none of my gay girlfriends actually like to scissor. They like make fun of it too.
I know it's weird, but my ex-girlfriend and I scissored all the time to the point where her nickname was Scissors on my show.
Was it so time consuming? Like, how long were you guys scissoring for? Like, how long is that?
We just came quicker that way. We would eat pussy and like we like to scissor.
And then when you scissor, were you just eye contact the whole time?
Sometimes no. Like, I even like I liked. I don't know. Her body was really sexy, so like for me, when I'm like a true bisexual, where I like the manliest guy and the girliest girl, and like I love boobs. I like looking at pussy. So like when we would scissor, it was super hot, and I like to be on top, and it's like a lot of making out, a lot of wetness, but really it's just like clit to clit. So it's like you come so easy. So we just knew how to make each other come so fast.
I feel like I've talked about this before. My problem is that I've gotten so used to vibrators that I don't think I know anymore how to come.
Oh, I gotta stop.
Not from vibrators. Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't used vibrators in a while. I had to do an advertisement for one, so I started using them, and then I was like, oh shit, like I get dependent.
Yeah,
and it didn't burn my clit off, but like it made me not as sensitive. Like I come really fast. Normally.
It depends. Like honestly, with lube, I can come so fast, but like I feel like if I'm on edibles, when I'm high, like I get so horny and I can like literally come for like 20 times, like in a row by myself.
I wonder why.
But like it's like my favorite thing ever. Like when I get high, like I can just masturbate for hours and I just forget.
I do love masturbating for hours.
Me too.
Like I really feel like when people think I'm like glowing, I'm like, I've been coming over and over.
Like yesterday I was in a bad mood and I was like really upset about something that I'm going through. And then I like dealt with my emotions. I tried to sit with it. And then I was like, you know what make me feel better? Masturbating. And I like masturbated for like 2 hours.
What kind of vibrator?
Which one did I use? I used 2 different ones. So
which ones? The too strong and the one that goes in you? Like what is it?
Like first I tried the I actually like it's weird, but recently I've been doing all the vibrators I've been using, even if they were like a dildo vibrator, I won't put it inside of me because I'm like it's making me feel more excited for when I put a finger in myself, like although that was kind of hard with my fake nails.
I never finger myself.
I was just tried it for a second. I
definitely have lesbian nails though.
Yeah.
You know, this is a sign of like women that are actually gay. Like if you're trying to figure out if anyone's listening, if like a girl is like a lesbian, if they have nails like yours, never. My ex-girlfriend, like we used to fight about it. I'd be like, what the fuck is like, why are you doing this? But we weren't penetrative lesbians.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I told this guy I wanted to finger his butthole. And then my friend was like, how? And I was like, right.
You just gotta trim one down a little.
Just one. And like I use this one.
Or there's like finger condom-y type looking things. Like you know how when like people are sewing the little thimble thing?
Oh yeah.
Just get one of those.
Put it on. Okay, babe, I'm ready. But no, I people get mad at me sometimes on my podcast if suddenly I don't talk about. This is funny because my podcast, a lot of it is very deep stuff. So it's like a lot of research and a lot of heart to heart and deep and all this information about finding love, loving yourself. And then sometimes I just have these podcasts where I'm just like, I just want to fuck around. And I'll talk about like the Mexico trip I took, or us right now, like just talking about fucking. And then I'm like, I'm always disappointing some of my listeners, either if it's not deep enough or it's like too fucking around. But like you guys, you can be both. You can want to sometimes just fuck around and get fingered or masturbate, or you can get deep.
It's hard when your podcast doesn't have a specific niche where people like expect things out of you. But I've learned that the core listeners, you know, I've been podcasting for a while, like they like anything from you that feels like it's you. So if there's days that I really can't handle talking about sex because I want to cry, they love that shit. Because they feel like you're yourself. Like I think that in itself is really helpful when you know, like the best podcasters in the world and the ones that make the most money, they're giving somebody something that makes them feeling connected to them, whatever it is. And I think that as long as we can remember to do that, like we will have faithful listeners forever.
I love that. Have you had any recent days where you just wanted to cry?
Oh my God, I cry on my show all the time. But Patreon, I have So I've been doing Whoreible for like 5 years almost, and Patreon is our like real hive. I can tell from when we do live shows, we tour a lot and like done a lot of shows where people will come up to us and they can't wait to tell us that they're a patron. And if anyone's listening and doesn't know what it is, it's like a crowdfunding site where people pay for bonus content. And at first we used to do it for like extra money for videos when we didn't have money to, you know, spend on that. But now it's truly this community of people that just know they're contributing. And they love to tell me about it. Like, I'm a patron. Like, I know it's just $5, but it's me. So they like know the secrets of my life. It feels good. And now our show has really shifted from main episodes being all about kink and what we were supposed to be, destigmatizing sex for the Black community. And then Patreon is like, yo, let me tell you about this nigga and how you didn't call me. And it's great because I don't like exposing myself to a larger audience. It feels good when it's smaller. Even though it's still thousands of people. It's not as big as the other one.
No, I agree with you. That is like my problem. Like I'm so good at giving advice and I'll be really good at talking about like, this was what happened in my past. But like, it is a struggle for me to sometimes be like, this is what's happening in my life right now. Like even there's been moments where I've been feeling really down and maybe I'm acting different. Then finally I'll get in a solo episode and I'll be like, hey guys, I sunk into like really deep depression the last month. I'm just like snapping out of it. And now let's talk about it. And I wish I could be like as good as that where I'm like, hey guys, right now I'm so fucking depressed. Like been crying in bed for hours, but let's record this. Like
it's not easy. It's not an easy job. I've had people write me. We took a hiatus. In 5 years, we never took a break. And we did one week this year, because we were really having a hard time together, her and I. People were like, how hard is your fucking job for 4 hours a month? Where I understand you might feel that way. It's like a marriage, bro. Like I have to talk to this person that I may not be getting along with that week. You know how hard it is to be like, how was the dick you sucked last night when I don't like you right now?
Yeah.
Like it's very difficult. And when you know you're a source of entertainment, and we're two things as podcasters, we're like entertainers and we're educators. No matter what you talk about, you're teaching people something and you're making them have a good time. They're listening to you for leisure. And it's fucked up because when you don't feel it, you know people are depending on you. And it's fucked.
But I think that's also what separates you from a good podcaster and someone that's like, it's not your job. You're actually connecting with your audience, and your audience, they mean something to you, they're your friends or whatever, versus someone that just looks at it as a job and they're like, hey guys, whatever, this is what happened today. Let me interview the guest. Okay, peace out. Like for people that's a real podcaster, like it's a full fucking time job and you care about the content you produce and you care about what you are putting on social media and you care about all of it. And I agree with you. Like if I'm not feeling it, like I can't fake it. Like
yeah. And it's hard because when I had a 9 to 5, much like you know, you can go into work and not give a fuck because it's not yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not your shit. And now my life has changed a little bit, you know, having employees and having to walk in and feel good for them. Like, I have one guy that's been working for me longer than everyone else and I had to cry in front of him. And I was like, I'm just not doing good right now. Don't tell anybody else. I am not good. He's like, okay. It's like, it's fucked. It's really hard. But I think just humanizing ourselves is really the best part of all of this.
Yeah, I know. Every time I show my not like, I'm a boss ass bitch. Suddenly I'm like, guys, I am sad ass bitch. Like I'm so depressed. People always like, thank you so much for opening up. And I'm like, damn, I wish I could have. I knew that. I knew like I should have just showed that side of me.
We are fearful, and I think everyone, and of course, most of you may not podcast that listen, but we're always so fearful of what someone else will think of when we're vulnerable, and it's not easy. You know, when people be like, I don't give a fuck. Like we all give a fuck. That's the biggest lie. But when you can get closer to just maybe tuning out, not necessarily not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
But tuning out the people that will weaponize that against you, then that's it. Like I have people all the time. I call myself the emo hoe on my show because I cry a lot. And people will write me about it like it's going to make me feel bad. Like, bitch, I posted the episode. Do you think I fucking didn't expect this? Like, no, I did this because I know there's 100 more girls that are crying too, but sorry that you're the one bad bitch in the world that don't.
I hate when people try to do something against you. Like recently I did a podcast and I was being interviewed by a 24-year-old. So then like when we're talking, I'm just like, yeah, like I'm 30 and blah, blah. And like, I'll just say that sometimes if someone's really young, because I don't see the point to say 32 because I'm like 30 is already so much of an age gap.
You said you're lying?
So this one girl was going on every social, from Twitter to every YouTube channel that we posted this on, to Instagram, being like, why are you lying, huh? Why are you lying? We only are 32. Wow, I would be embarrassed to hang out 24-year-old. And I was like, oh, that's what you think is happening? And so suddenly for a whole week, randomly, like every time in my story, I'd be like, guys, I'm fucking 32 and I'm thriving. And I want you to know, when you get to this age, you're going to be killing it. And you're finally going to be confident. You're not going to give a fuck what anyone says. Your 20s are nothing compared to what you're going to be when you're 30s.
Is so much better.
You know what's better than Netflix and chill? HBO MAX and chill. HBO MAX continues to deliver highly anticipated originals, WB same-day releases, and evergreen young adult titles, all through their latest AVOD offering that launched in June. AVOD and HBO Max with ads is only $9.99 a month, and it's limited ads. So go to hbom.ax/violetbenson, or check out the link in the episode description when you finish listening. HBO Max is where HBO's fearless and groundbreaking programming meets an iconic collection of beloved entertainment, including WB's larger-than-life storytelling, shows like the new Gossip Girl reboot that I've been watching, Mayor of Easttown, and F-Boy Island that I've been talking a lot about recently. So discover new movies, beloved series, and epic originals your whole family is going to love. Original, groundbreaking, and award-winning entertainment is yours with HBO Max anytime, anywhere on your favorite screens and devices. HBO has everything and everyone you love, and so much more. HBO is the leading that charge in highlighting the stories that spread joy, spark conversations, provide a sense of belonging, and inclusivity. Again, so all you have to do is go to hbom.ax/violetbenson or check out the link in the episode description. Make sure you subscribe today.
This is so much better than
Right.
I have money now. I'm like not that stupid. Still a little bit, but like a little more experience. I'm better looking.
Yes, I am better looking now than I've ever been in my 20s. I was so awkward looking.
I thought we were going to be, I thought the 20s is when you were like hot. Like, this sounds like I'm trying to toot my own horn, but like before, I didn't realize how many people wanted to fuck me because I was just like kind of okay. But now I feel so much hotter. And I think that a lot of it comes with acceptance. When I was younger, I was looking at a lot of women like, oh, well, they have this, I don't. Whether like body type stuff, aesthetic things, right? Like, you know, they have these kind of eyes or this kind of hair, this kind of body type. And now I'm like, oh, this is just what I look like. And like, I'm going to make it be the best.
Exactly. I love that. But I feel like I genuinely believe that you don't get there until you hit 30. Something changes your mindset. And yeah, everyone does want to fuck you more because you're so confident. You walk around, you exude this like confidence, and everyone wants to be around you. And you don't have that in your 20s. There's something changes. So when someone tries to come to me about but it's weird because people, maybe things have changed, and now when you're 30 or you turn 30, you don't, I guess, have 7 kids by this age. But people would be like, wait, you're 32, but you're so hot and young. You look so hot and young. You look so young. You look young. I'm so confused. I'm like, I am young.
Do you think we just dress young? I swear to God, the other day when someone told me how young I look, it was a girl that came up to me at Melrose Trading Post. Cute, adorable blonde girl. And she's like, oh, Weezy, you look so good. Like you look younger than me. I'm 22, but you look great. Like she kept saying that. And
you look great.
And I was like, oh my God, is it because I'm dressed like Gen Z? Like, is it because I'm wearing one of those baby doll tops? What is it, Brandy and Melville? Like, is that what I look like?
No, I don't even know. That's so funny when they do that. You like, you look, but it's always like those backhanded compliments.
Like, there wasn't at one fucking point in the day where I was like, do I look good for my age?
Yeah, she's like, I would never wear that at your age, but like you can so pull it off. Like I would never do that, but like it looks so good on you.
Do you remember how we thought 30 was old as fuck?
Yeah.
Like that to me is even crazier. Like I can't believe I thought 30 was old.
Me neither, because I'm 32.
My back does hurt. That's the one thing.
I was literally moving right now because my back hurts.
Like you saw me shifting my legs a lot. I'm like, oh, they're falling asleep. Like they're like your bones crack, but your pussy's popping too.
First of all, that is true. Second of all, I got triple D's and very tiny upper body, so my back just genuinely has been hurting since I was 14.
Oh gosh.
So this did not come with age. It came with my tits. So. Like that's the really difference. Funny. Yeah, so that's why my back always hurts. Plus I was in the car accident, but still.
For your back pain, fuck.
Yeah, I have like a disc fracture or disc something that's like, I don't know what that is.
Something's wrong with your back.
Yeah, something's wrong with my back. So I need someone to pull my back or
crack it
or
step on you. Ooh,
throw my back. Throw my back back. So yeah. Anyway, how do we get here from like the drugs conversation? I forgot.
That's podcast.
But I love the fact that we got to have this segment of talking about like how great it is to be 30. So then girls who are feeling insecure that they're like 27, 28, like they don't even know how much better their life is going to be.
And you're so much better at fucking since we were talking about sex. I just had sex with someone that I haven't had sex with in years. He was like, yo, I don't know whose dick you've been sucking, but it is different. I was like, really? He's like, oh yeah. He said I was way better in bed, but like to the point where he made me think I was bad. He was like, I ain't saying you're bad, but you weren't like this. I was like,
well, first of all, you must have been fucking other girls who weren't probably as good as you.
Practice makes perfect.
But also, again, it's the confidence. When you are loving your body, you're sounding not as insecure about like the way you're moving or whatever. You're just so focused on coming or making your partner feel good. And like, you know, you're feeling so fucking hot. Like, yeah, I'm naked. Like, worship me. Like, love all this. When you're younger, you're like, oh my God, like, no, don't look at my nipples right now. They're not hard.
I know. Why do we hate them when they're not hard?
I know. Mine are always hard.
but mine are.
Yeah. Can't relate.
I definitely try to like rub them a little bit. The only thing I care a little bit less about is like weight gains. And like I do have a lot of women like write us in about, they're like, oh, like I'm a fat chick and like I feel like this when, and I used to think it was bad to say people were fat. I like learned that wasn't true. Like a lot of fat girls that aren't feeling good about their bodies. But the more I interview like big girls and like BBW chicks, like, oh my God, when they're like in their zone about their body and just knowing that they're sexy this way, it's almost like the response from men is different for them than anyone else I've interviewed.
Actually, they're right. Well, now I'm saying as like a girl that's not heavy, I'm like, yeah, I can still relate. But like, I can still relate to what they're saying because all my friends are skinnier than me. Like every one of my friends, I'm actually the fattest from all my friends because it's LA. So in Los Angeles, I'm a size 2 and I'm heavy.
Yeah.
Compared to my friends.
You're a size 2?
Sometimes 4, but like I fit in the 2.
I wear an 8.
Okay, so maybe I can also wear 4. I don't know, because like our body types are pretty similar. Yeah, in big ass titties. So I'll squeeze into that stuff because my waist is really small.
I believe it, the waist.
Yeah, my waist is really small, but like compared to my friends, I constantly can feel insecure or self-conscious.
Do guys really like that? I don't know what type of guys you're fucking, but maybe it's just not my world.
No, but you're right. When I've been with guys who, when they've slept with me, the reaction was different, which kind of like, even in the back of my head, I was like, whoa. Like even this one guy that I was sleeping with, I knew that I was probably quote unquote the fattest girl he's ever been with, which again, but I knew the type of girls he's been with, and they're always very skinny model girls. And when we fuck, like he would want to come in 2 seconds. He would just be like, just like your body, like, whoa, like, and I was like, oh, okay. So guys do like this body type. Like it took me a second to process.
It's normal, right? You have childbearing hips when they're wider, like breasts are making men. Like we're all a little bit of animals at the end of the day. But I do think like it's unrealistic. Like I don't even think my body or your body is normal.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't believe that. I think that for majority of women, like no, their stomachs aren't as flat or whatever. And there's days where mine aren't. But for the most part, like, no, I don't really think these are normal. I think women are a lot. It's weird because we live in a different world. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like when your friends are all size 0 or whatever, it's like, it's crazy, but
I'm always the fattest from all my friends. And when I try to explain that on the podcast, people are like, but V, you're so hot, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I'm not even saying in a way that like, oh, feel bad for me. I'm like, I'm just stating a fact. Like, my friends, we live in LA. I'm considered the fattest compared to my friends. Like, that's crazy.
Nuts? It's weird. I was telling someone recently, like, I thought that the Kardashians kind of knocked that out of people's heads.
They're really tiny in real life.
Yes, I've seen them now. And now I realize
like, I'm actually heavier than them.
Isn't that
in real life?
Because they make them seem like this big ass, super curvy girl, but like, no.
Kim is so short and so petite. Like, no, but you're right. Our bodies, like as much as I'm talking about my body feeling like I'm talking about feeling comfortable with my own body, it's like, yeah, you're so fucking right. Like my body's is not was the normal body type.
Right, it's not.
And the fact that I had to, the fact that I had to accept my body. Well, now my body's in style. It wasn't when I was younger. When I was younger, people wearing Frankie B's. I've always had a fat ass and big titties. Like, I moved to America. I couldn't speak English. And God was like, I feel so sorry for you because you're so awkward. Here are some tits. Yeah. And that's kind of what happened. And I just grew. I would walk around school not speaking English. And I'd be like, hello. Yeah, I could not speak English
yet. Did black guys want to fuck you?
Oh, because of my body type? I feel bad saying, yeah.
Why do you feel bad?
Well, because now I feel like people get, now it's like, I don't know what you're allowed to say or not.
No, here's we should have this conversation.
Please.
Sensitivity surrounding those things is when people are making, I would say, remarks as if putting black people down, right? But black women have beautiful, super curvy bodies. Generally, black men, video vixens, people in music videos have super curvy bodies. Like, yeah. I never see black guys. Well, maybe the Hollywood kind with like skinny, like super thin girls. But for the most part, like that's the shit black men like. Like, definitely. Like any of my black guy friends, when they start fucking a white girl, I'm like, what's she look like? Because I already know she's got to have a fat ass. Like, they got to have something that reminds them. But no, I think like definitely like there's certain type of girls that know like they're the black guy type.
Yeah, I'm definitely a black guy. I'm definitely, yeah. And I mean, I've dated like different types of nationalities. When I first moved to the US, I was actually into Asian guys. Because I didn't grow up with that nationality around. So it was like, I just thought, not to generalize all Asian people, but like, I just thought like they were just so beautiful to me, the girls and the guys, that like actually my first day in school, we had to be in a locker room, and I never changed before in school. But in America, you change in sports in the locker room, which is very different. And there was an Asian girl next to me. I think she was Chinese, and she was next to me and she was changing. And I just like suddenly was sitting and I looked at her face and I was like, that is the most beautiful human I've ever seen in my life. And
people fetishize Asians a lot, which is interesting because I think for a lot of people that aren't around, and there's a lot of, Kazakhstan, you see a lot of like Asian looking Russians, but what's interesting about it is like, I think that it's very difficult for Asian partners to find people outside of their race.
Oh, really?
I do.
I feel like I've seen, I wouldn't say I was fetishize.
No. I'm saying like people do, but no one's ever dating them. You were saying you were dating a lot of Asians, but that does happen though, where people are like looking at it, but they won't go because they're not sure. It's this unknown thing. But I think it is a fact that maybe Tinder gave that black women and Asian men were the most unswiped on apps. That might have been on an HBO documentary about dating apps, actually. Yeah.
My sister's first boyfriend, 2 years, he was an Asian guy. It wasn't that. It just like, I think sometimes because I was so used to Israeli men, so then I just, or Russian men, so then I was just going the opposite way. But no, with that Asian girl in the locker room, I would look at her and she goes, and I was in the Valley in LA, so it's not, she goes, bitch, what the fuck are you looking at?
Oh no.
And I was like, oh my God, no, I'm so sorry. I just think you're so beautiful. And like, you're just so pretty. And she's like, what? Yo, you a lesbian or something? And I was like, no, I'm so sorry. She goes, don't look at me again. And I'm like, my bad. And then again, I just like, look at her face because she was so pretty. And she was just like, yo, you better stop fucking looking at me. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And then I kid you not, that day in the hallway, I was walking during lunch and she was walking with her friends and she pointed at me and I'm so innocent and sweet that I waved at her, because I thought she was pointing like to say hi. And she goes, yo, that's a lesbian I was talking about. And then everyone in the hallway turns to me and I was just like, oh my God.
I remember when everybody thought I was gay in high school. I was, but still. Okay. I was so embarrassed. Because I definitely went through that in a locker room in PE, like looking at girls. Like kissing girls in the locker room. Like, oh my God, I was such a slut. And not that I'm not anymore, but if there was a locker room today, I probably would.